I see. Well, let's move on now. For young professionals and young graduates,
Yes.
how can they finance home ownership? Or you want to tell them that they shouldn't?
No.
They should. They should stick to shelter and not home ownership.
No home ownership. Okay. I think I'm a young Ghanaian, right?
Yeah, you too. You qualify.
Yes. So this is what I think we should do. Can I really say it on air? So a young Ghanaian, how much do we earn a month? 3,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, roughly 3,000.
Yes. And then how often do we change our phones?
Well, it differs from people to people.
Some people change their phone every year.
Averagely, yeah.
So maybe we should change our phone every 3 years. That way we can save. Okay. Maybe we should drive a moderate car. So you drive a Yaris, Toyota 1.5, 1.8 engine. That way we can save. Maybe we shouldn't stay too far from our workplace. One of the crises in Ghana is that because you are looking for affordable housing,
you
live in
you working.
You work in Ozu. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Is the biggest financial crisis a young person can have. I'll do the math for you. If you live at Ebri, your rent is 500 cedis a month or even 1,000 cedis a month, and you drive to Osu every day, you spend 100 cedis in traffic every day. You would spend 3,000 cedis in traffic in a month.
Repeat that.
If you live at Ebri, because you want to pay 1,000 cedis a month for rent, and you come to Accra every day of the month, you drive to Osu every day and back, you spend an hour in traffic and back. You will spend 3,000 cedis on fuel in a month.
I agree. But the only thing is that, when we are paying small, we don't see it.
That's the solution to affordable housing on the other side. So affordable housing is when you are paying rent small, or when you are paying mortgage small. It's not when you actually buy the house cash and carry.
Okay.
But now we are looking at, so we are ready to pay small on the things that we can actually save money on, and not willing to pay small on the thing that we really need to own. So it's a financial decision of choosing. You have to choose your little foxes, literally. Like you have to choose your vices.
Right.
So you have to be deliberate about what spends your money or what burns your cash. You have to make sure that what is burning your cash is assets.
Okay.
Or is bringing you money. And liabilities don't burn your cash. So that's the conversation I'm coming to. For young adults between the ages of 25 and 35, you have to cut down your liabilities and increase your assets. One of them is, if possible, especially if you work in Accra, stay as close as possible to your workplace. Pay 2 times more to stay close to your workplace. This is business for me. That means you rent my house. But it does you more good. If you check, the very highly efficient and wealthy people, they have policies. Those days, radio used to have a policy. You have to stay 50 minutes from your office.
Right.
You get it? So if you stay very close to your house, you would spend a little more on rent, but you save money on transportation.
Okay. That's true.
You get it? You use a moderate vehicle, then you can begin to lean more towards ride sharing. So you have a work colleague, you guys stay together. If you are not married, you should stay with guys, your friends. For me, before I got married, I'd always had roommates. Like for 5 years, I've had 5 different roommates. Yes. You get it? Before I got married. So you
can cut costs.
Yeah. Okay. So either them or me didn't have to pay rent at some point, or we were paying half rent. Okay. You get it? Then spending on electronics. You don't have to change your phone every day. You don't have to change your TV. You don't have to buy the best of fridges, a very big fridge. No. Because all those things eat up your cash flow. Once you deprive yourself, so this is more like late gratification. This is like an economics class. Yeah, but housing is an economic issue.
Yeah.
So if you deprive yourself of those things, you now have more money to, worst case, study a master's and get a pay rise and become a manager and get a bungalow and a vehicle. Worst case. That's the worst you should do as a fresh graduate. Go back, get a master's, do some professional courses, get promoted, get a vehicle and a bungalow. Worst case. Better scenario. If you do that and you save money, you can start a business. Or you can invest into other businesses. You understand? Now, let me tell you a few more other things. Every weekend, we go for a wedding or a funeral. Especially if you drive and you go for a funeral outside of Accra, you'd have spent 800 Ghana cedis driving back and forth. When anybody dies that you don't know the person who is dead, send it 200 cedis. You save 600 cedis. If you do that for 30 days, that's half of the year, half of the weekends. How much would you have saved? You would have saved at least 3,000.
But the issue is that what you are earning at the end of the month is not even enough. How do you do this?
But we still go for funerals. They take quick loan and go. Why are you pretending like we don't have quick loan? I've lived on quick loan. You understand?
Yeah.
You can't. You see, the issue about spending is that sometimes we say you can't spend any less. But I can tell you a lot of things that Ghanaians spend money on that we could actually save money on. The average Ghanaian goes for a wedding every month and a funeral every month. And I'm telling you that you can have the cost of weddings and funerals. And I've not even started going extreme. If I want to go extreme, there are a lot of other things that I can say. For example, if you spend 2 hours in traffic to work and back, and you minimize it to 15 minutes, you have 1 hour, 30 minutes to study or to run a business or to do a second job. If you don't go for weddings on weekends, you have a weekend to study and get your master's degree or to do another job. The pallbearers who went very viral during COVID, you know how much they make? They were making 500 cedis each on weekends, Saturdays. And I thought it was just Saturdays before I realized that in Accra, people bury on weekdays. And then weekends, they go to other towns. So they make 1,000 cedis a week. 4,000 Ghana cedis. How many graduates make that?
I know if we want to talk about some of these things, so we'll spend a lot of time.
So we have to save money. We say that 3,000 Ghana cedis is not enough. I've showed you how to have your rent, staying with friends, how to minimize your cost of electronics usage, even credit. The average Ghanaian spends 10 cedis per gigabyte MTN. They buy it every day. So they spend 300 cedis a month to get 30 gigabytes. You know that with 350 Ghana cedis, you can get 95 gigabytes, 3 times more.
The thing is about taking out money in bulk to purchase, but that is the best.
That's the best.
Than buying in bits.
In bits.
Well, 28 to go before the top of the hour, and this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM. It's been an interesting conversation so far. I've been talking to Engineer Viglu, and we're talking about the housing challenges that we face as Ghanaians, and he's giving some very good insights as to how you can live efficiently as a young professional or a fresh graduate, so that you can own a home. Yeah, I'm a guy, so pardon me.